Hi, how's it going? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a project I'm working on. My name's Ed. I'm a visual effects artist, cartoonist, and I've been recently getting into role playing games. I usually draw comics, and my kid was getting into Dungeons and Dragons, and I found the rules were a little confusing and a little much for me, and I started discovering all these indie role playing games. And one of them that I've ran into was called Mausritter. Now, this is a free PDF of the rules of the game, originally created by 𝗧𝗥𝗜𝗚, and it is really fun. And you play as a little mouse in a big world, and you go on adventures and find items, and you're in a big scary world where things like cats and owls and things can just take you out. And I really kind of fell in love with the game, and one of the things that was cool about this game was that the character sheet included this cool system for inventory. These are two of my kids. They're recent character cards from a game we played. I love these drawings. And what's cool is you get these little item cards, and you can, if you buy the physical game, they come on dry erase cardboard, but you can also print these out, and they're super fun. So the idea is, like, each thing takes up some space. So if you want a hammer, a big war hammer, or a bow, it takes up a certain amount of space. And so the game comes with a handful of these little items, but sometimes you have to just draw in your items. So like this was a fish hook. And that's pretty cool. It's fun to draw, and everyone should have fun drawing. But I just thought it would be cool to make more of these. And it ends up that November is something called Mausritter Month. And Mausritter Month is where a bunch of creators kind of pitch ideas for add-ons and things for Mausritter. And it's on Backerkit, which is kind of like a Kickstarter thing. And the project is live right now. And it's over in this, December 4th. So we've got a little about a week left. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my project. So I am drawing a bunch of new items for the game. So my project is called Tails and Trinkets, and it's all about creating new inventory tokens. And so I'm drawing them larger than normal. If you're familiar with my drawings, usually I'm drawing in pen and ink, but I wanted to create something that felt more in the style of the original game. So I've been drawing these in pencil, blue pencil, and this blue Copic marker, but they'll be more black and white when they get printed. And if you back the physical game, they will be printed on that dry erase paper. Just trying to see, I printed out a few of the ones that I was working on. Some like prototypes. See if I can find them here. Yeah, like this one is, I didn't have the name on here, but this is some acorns that I drew. Let's see if we can find them. So anyway, I want to go through some of the art. Some of these items are things that, as a mouse, you're going around, you're finding some little treasure, something that seems small that you would throw away as a human, but could be super useful if you're a tiny mouse. So I've got all sorts of things in here that hopefully could be useful, just obviously, but also could spark some imagination. You know, if you have some flint rock and some dryer lint, you can start a fire pretty well using magnets or a cork stopper that floats. My son had this awesome idea of a broken glass club that was made out of a piece of broken glass, and you always need potions, and part of my game too is a very simple suggestions on how you might want to do a crafting system or something like alchemy. So I wanted to add some cool potion bottles. Simple objects that you might find around, springs, this little hook made from wood, a pulley, and I was really happy with how this razor blade turned out. And here's an example of a combined kind of crafted item where with an LED, old bottle cap, a battery, and some wire, you've created this kind of fancy electric lantern. Some flutes that may or may not be magical. Little motor for any of the tinkerers out there. Another really cool thing I wanted to add was I was looking through these flower fairy books. These are old little fairy poems, and one of the fairies in here is this cool little thistle fairy with this rad little thistle sword. And so I wanted to add this in here. Fairies kind of exist in the Mausritter game, and I thought it would be cool that one of the mice might run into a fairy or find a fairy sword, and maybe the thistle fairy wouldn't be too happy about that. Or maybe it would be a gift, so, something to spark the imagination a little bit, which is really what this is about. This role-playing game, I feel like really opens up the imagination to exploration and finding exciting ways to use these kind of mundane items. It's been really fun brainstorming different ideas of what could be found. Some of these are my kids' drawings. There's the broken glass club that he drew. I still have so much I can draw, and even though the Backerkit campaign is over in just a few days, I keep getting more and more ideas of things I want to add and draw. One of them too is I reached out to the other people, the other creators, and they're doing some amazing projects, and I wanted to see if I could add something to what they're doing. Have an item in Tails and Trinkets that could complement or be a part of their game. So for Rolling Coast, they mentioned, Matt mentioned that, in a theme park sometimes they have these penny smashers that will stretch and smash a penny and then put some new item on it. So created a little penny shield with a carousel and some penny armor with a Ferris wheel. And for soul food, we've got a bunch of different cheeses, and for the ascent on 𝗬𝗏𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 tower, asked if I could draw a ruby encrusted dagger and an iridescent magpie feather, which I thought was pretty cool. For MausOlympics, they asked me to add a medal. So this is a fun little item. Now, those projects have some of their own items and their own things going on, but we're having a lot of fun doing this project, and I wanted to create some items. So if you back those other things, consider Tails and Trinkets. There's some items that could work with that game, along with all the other items we have, and it's been really fun. Like I said, thinking up new items, and I have lots of these little sketchbooks full of just little ideas, and in the next month here, as we finish up the project and continue wrapping up the campaign and getting things ready for print, I'm going to be drawing as many items as I can to fill these over 100 items. And I want to just say thank you to everyone who's backed the project so far. If you haven't done it, please consider backing it. It would mean a lot. Even just the digital version. Like I said, this game is really fun, and you can print out the rules at the Mausritter 𝗧𝗦𝗡𝗚 page, and you can print out your item tokens and your character cards, and go with that. But there's also just amazing box sets of the game, and that come with some really amazingly high quality prints of the item cards and hardcover books. So go check all that out, and thank you so much, and keep I would say keep having fun. Thanks for watching this. Go back to project, and I'll see you around. Bye.